Morning, folks. Day soap is still the Blaze Grim, the unscented version of it. This is the first video you've seen of this one here. That's what it looks like there on the inside, and it's fairly firm in the container there, screw top lid. Tin. Got it whipped up here in my bowl. Still sporting the Schick P30. It's in the RazoRock Hawk, black one. And going to be topping the shave off today with Music City Suds, Stand By Your Mandarin. This one here, probably going to have a hard time finding it. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning and using Maggard's Preshave oil. This one here is Grapefruit scented. Face feels wonderful using this stuff. Off camera I'll be using the Beard Oil El Vato. And the lather was whipped up with a brush from Maggard. This one here's a bronze one. The knot's about a 22 millimeter, if I remember correctly, a black synthetic knot. Kind of reminds me of a black badger, if you will. That's what it looks like inside the bowl. And I have to say, this particular knot, I really do like it. It's been a while since I've used this brush, but it does a great job whipping up a lather. It's a pretty nice synthetic knot. And a 22 millimeter, it doesn't act like a 22 millimeter. It seems like it's closer to 24 than it is 22. But it really does a great job whipping up the lather. Here's the RazoRock Hawk. This one here, this will be what? Wednesday, Thursday days, Friday, third use on this particular blade. Took it out of the shave vet, the IBC. Got it in this particular, this would be the V2. This, matter of fact, I think, and I'm not mistaken, this is the only one that's in stock. Even if you're looking for the V3, it's still probably, I think, the only one that's in stock. And it's aluminum, it's lightweight. And I'll show you the handle again here in a moment. That particular handle, if you wanted to, there's a knob there at the bottom of the handle that will unscrew if you have a need to do such a thing. Got this whipped up pretty good here. There went some lather. The bottom of it, that little knob, it unscrews in case you, I guess if you had a stand you was wanting to put it in, and that little knob might be causing you some problems getting it in your stand, I guess. But that little knob, there we go, right there. It unscrews. It's I keep it on there. It works well for me, standing up if I need to. Go ahead and get started here. This blade has been working out pretty good for me. Had some help on the last video. A couple of different places. Rakuten was the place I was trying to remember where I got these at. And Lee was kind enough to point that out to me where it was at, send a link. He put it down in the comments. And the other place will be Bull Goose. And I'll put a link down to both those places. Chief's the one that gave me the hint on the Bull Goose. I think somebody else at one point in time pointed it out to me and I just forgot. With this particular shaver, there's a little bit of feedback. Sounds pretty nice. This blade, I think there's, excuse me, can't remember, I think I can't try to remember how many blades are in that dispenser. Can't remember, I think it's 20. I think the going price is right around 11 bucks, near the $11 mark. I shaved with this shaver yesterday. It's so much fun. It is one of those shavers that I don't have to concentrate too much on what's going on with it. The angle seems to be somewhat intuitive. Can hardly wait for the V3 to come back in stock. I'm looking just to get the base plate and the cap though. Not necessarily wanting to get another handle. I've got a handle that'll work with it already. Now what, excuse me, the V3 is stainless steel, if I remember right. This one be aluminum. It's pretty lightweight, easy to use for me. Sure, I'm missing the scented soap though. I don't know if it's picking up that feedback or not. I do enjoy using it. These single edges are a lot of fun to use. RazoRock also has excuse me, the Eco that takes half of a DE blade. If you're interested in a DE blade for a single edge, it'll look very similar to this, except for the head's a lot bigger. It's wider, I guess you might say. Still got rain moving through here this week. It has been fairly wet this week. So in other words, if you're going to go out and mow the grass, just to expect that it's going to be wet. And for Oklahoma, we've been staying pretty wet. We had several years with very little rain, and seems like now we're having our fair share. I'm not complaining too much, just not used to it. Used to a drier climate. This is lathering up pretty good with this knot. I like the handle. I don't know if the camera will catch that color. That bronze color is pretty nice, like a bronze blonde chocolate, if you will. Matter of fact, that's thunder right there. Plenty of slickness, at least for this shave. The way this one here is whipped up it's really nice. Guess you might say I'm finally fine-tuning, dialing in this lather with Blades Grim. It's been a lot of fun this week with the shavers I've been using, and plus last night shaved the wife's legs. Used one of my shavers I got from Mac Metalworks, and used a Treat Silver blade. Used the same soap I got here, and used the same aftershave I'm going to use today. Face feels pretty good, pretty smooth, very close shave. If you wanted to go after the BBS, it's very well possible. I've got most of this is pretty short. I only got a spot or two if I want to really chase it. Which this particular shaver and the blade, it's a pretty good match. I think I could probably chase it without any kind of irritation if I wanted to. I usually just go with smooth and comfortable for my shaves. That seems to work better for me. Chasing the BBS, depending on the shaver, sometimes get a lot of irritation. Cheeks up here doesn't really affect that much. I mean, they might get a little irritated, but usually, you know, we're shortly after the shave, everything's calmed down, with the exception of my neck. My neck seems to want to last all day long, so it's the reason why I don't mess with it. When my skin on my neck, when it gets irritated, it stays irritated. In case you might say it's a payback type thing. Witch hazel this morning. Still got some Humphreys witch hazel, citrus. And don't know if we're going to be going by here. I might be looking for some new flavors or a flavor I haven't had in a while. I used to have violet, if I remember right. It's not easy to find. Wow, that's a nice scent. It reminds me of, I've got a soap and aftershave set called Tuesday. As soon as this gets done, got one more week of using unscented soap and made it a whole month. Tuesday is one of those soaps that I've been looking at, to use here pretty darn quick. It's been calling my name, I guess you might say. Here it is. This one here, like I said, if you're looking for Music City Suds aftershave, this particular one here is witch hazel based. It's not made anymore, so you'll buy a sell trade type thing. And that's what the restrictor looks like. This, in other words, without the alcohol, it reminds me of Manulay's aftershaves. And the Mandarin is just really, this is my kind of aftershave. Straightforward. I pick up the scent. It smells great. With the Mandarin, Grapefruit, yeah, that's a pretty good matchup. We'll be smelling good this morning. Easy. I tell you what, this if you haven't tried one of these, and I know you don't, if you're not interested in using this particular kind of blade, Feather Artist Club blade, Kai blade, a Schick blade, Proline, give the Ego. It's a pretty nice little shaver. It takes a D, snapped in half. It reminds me, the two are pretty close as it goes for easygoing shaves. Very efficient. Face feels wonderful this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. I'll put links down below for a lot of stuff if you're interested in looking it up. And in case some of this stuff like this one here, yeah, I'll definitely put a link for it if you're interested in beard oil, because the name is right there. It took me a moment to find the name on this one here, but anyway, I'll put links down below. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.